Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are all okay. You've had a good week. Yeah, it's already 2 p.m. Hi, Joshua. How are you? Glad to be here today. I've had quite a week. I don't know if you're able to see my screen. You can confirm with me if you can see my screen. So please let me know whether my screen is clear. Hope we've all been doing well. We've had a good week and a good day. I know I was with you on Wednesday, where we looked at social media marketing. So right now our focus will be on the Google Business Profile. Okay. So we talked about the Google Business Profile being your local search engine optimization, and that was in passing. So today we're going to get into the details of it, and I hope you're all ready for today's class, right? We've met before. My name is Berry Lokwach. I'm the partnership leader in Impacta, and I also double up as a trainer. And yeah, basically happy to be here with you again. So if my screen is clear, please let me know in the chat section. My screen, let me know in the chat. If you can hear my audio, please also let me know in the chat section. Like to give a big shout out to Michael. Michael was the first one to be here with us. And then we have Martha was the second one to join the class on time. Then Happiness, hi Happiness, Joshua, Zainab, Catherine, Hassan, Halima, Husseina, Zainab, Dennis, Martha, Hasi, Hafsa. I'm trying to read out all your names. Ayo, Esther. Oh, wow. So thank you so much for joining us. If you know anyone who's supposed to be here and they're not here today, please do well to prompt them to join today's class. So I'll just get right on to it. I'm sorry for joining a little bit late. I'll just get right on to it. Our focus today is on how you can leverage on the Google Business Profile to either reach your audience or make sales. So this class will cover what the Google Business Profile is, what it's linked to, what are the benefits that come about by taking your business to the online space, how do you set up your own Google Business Profile account, and then how do you ensure that your listing is attractive. So how do you optimize your listing to ensure that you get to achieve your business objectives, all right, via the Google Business Profile. Okay. So let's look at what the Google Business Profile is. You're going to get into the explanation later on. Okay. But for now, the Google Business Profile, if I'm to give you a brief summary of what it is, it's basically a free tool offered by Google that helps you enhance your presence on either search or maps, right? So I mean, right now, when you want to look for a product or a service, what normally do you do? All right. How do you discover the latest restaurants in your town? Personally, I do that via my phone. So I just go to the internet and make a search. If I'm looking for pizza restaurants near me, I'll just go and search, pizza restaurants in, say, Westlands, because in Nairobi, that's where I stay. So that's what I would do. Now, from your end, what would you do to discover new restaurants in your area or new businesses? How do you discover the latest restaurants in your town? So in the previous classes, I know we had, instances where you were asking questions. I think it's also important that I also ask you questions. All right. So how do you discover the latest restaurants in your town? Do you go around to ask people? Do you go to the internet? What do you do to discover new restaurants in your town? We're a bit quiet. Sometimes I don't understand what silence means. Does it mean consent? Does it mean the class is boring? Does it mean the class is interesting? What does it mean? Michael, you are here the first one. Maybe you can let me know. How do you discover the latest restaurants in town? Michael, I'm putting you on the spot. How do you discover the latest restaurant in town? So if you missed the previous sessions, you just go back to the link that was shared with you for those specific sessions. And with that specific link, you'll be able to access the recording. So you can always rewatch and try and catch up if you missed any of the previous sessions. Okay. So I have Michael says, Joshua says, I make a search online. Thank you. Ayo says, by the new building. Oh, Zainab says, I ask people around. And then Ayo says, I make inquiries. Esther, I go to the internet. Barnabas Sunday says, Google Map may help. Correct. So, and you're even, you'll actually thank you for that, Sunday, because you're going to look at Google Maps in a few, right? Because it's actually connected to the Google Business Profile, right? So thank you so much for your responses. I will be coming back to read your responses. So please make sure to drop your comments in the chat section. So like I said, the Google Business Profile is linked to the Google Maps. And first of all, we need to understand what Google Maps is, right? It's a web-based service that basically provides detailed information about geographical regions and sites. I think we've all interacted with Google Maps at some point, whether it's getting direction to a new place, navigating our way around new towns or new cities, right? It's just like when you request an Uber, then you request it via maps. So the driver would call you and you're just going to tell the driver, please follow the map. It's going to bring you to exactly where I am, right? So that's what you would do, okay? So moving, we'll try and see how Google Maps actually help you, right? The first thing you're able to, I mean, it helps people find your business. You become discoverable, okay? So your business becomes discoverable on Google Maps, and then it's very easy for people to um, navigate their way to where you're located. So if you have a physical location, instead of the person calling you, oh, where exactly are you located, which street, they can always go to Google Maps and find their way to where you're located, right? And you're still able to post images of your products, images of your business, your service, whatever you're offering. You can always do that on Google Maps, right? So now, how does the Google Business Profile link to your Google Maps? The Google Business Profile is a free tool. It's very free and it's offered by Google, and it helps you to manage how your business appears on Google Search and Google Maps. So we talked about maps, right? And we're going to look at search in a few, and we'll do a small practical where I'm going to go online, make a search, and see the kind of listings that will appear on our end, right? So, looking at why the Google Business Profile is important, it's important that we look at data and statistics that basically back why we would get into or why we would create a Google Business Profile. The first thing we see that 97% of people learn more about a company online than anywhere else. And this is evident from the responses that you just dropped in the chat section. Okay. You would normally go online, make searches online. So 97% of people learn more about a local company online than anywhere else. The next thing is 91% of adults use search engines to find information and contact details. So what do we mean by search engines? This is, you could be either using Google, you could be using Mozilla Firefox, you could be using Microsoft Edge or Bing. Okay, so those are what we mean by search engines. And most people, if they want to find anything online, whether it's a product, service, or a business, they go to the search engine. All right. So if you make yourself visible on the search engine, then you're highly likely getting people or increasing the traffic to your website, to your profile, to your social media pages. Okay. Then 56% of actions on the Google Business Profile are usually website visits. So normally when someone comes to your Google Business Profile, remember, this is just a summary profile of what your business does, right? And you've linked it with your website. They want to learn more about your website, they will surely go to your website. So you find that most actions on the GMB are website visits. then we see that 16% of businesses receive more than 100 calls each month just from the Google business profile, because you get to list your contact details. How can people reach you? Is this your WhatsApp number? You want them to call you, all right? Even the posts that you make on the Google business profile, what is the call to action on them? So you find that 16% of businesses have received more than 100 calls each month just from the Google business profile. Okay. And some of the benefits that accrue from having your business or listing your business on the Google business profile, like I said, it's linked with maps. So you become visible on maps, and it also helps you to build trust with your customers. People are able to come to your profile, they're able to drop reviews. If you have exemplary service, they drop reviews there. Any other person who comes to your profile, that's the reviews are very visible to them. Then you're also rated. There's the star rating, right? You get 1 stars, 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, depending on how well your services or your products or your customer service was, right? Then Google also does due diligence to verify whether your business is legit. So if it's a false profile, right, or a fake profile, it would not be verified by Google. So it will not be visible to people making searches online. Okay. Then you also get to teach your clients more about your business. So when you're creating your profile, you're indicating what does your business do? Do you have discounts? Do you have offers, events, right? People get to learn more about your business. They want to get, more details. They can always go to your website because you've linked your profile with your website. Same to your social media pages. And you can also increase your traffic. This takes us back to the statistics that we saw, right, on this previous slide. We saw that 56% of actions on the GMB are website visits. So you get to increase your website traffic, and it also helps you to get ahead of your competitor. So when you look at the analytics of the Google business profile, you'll be able to know, how did my profile become discoverable? How did people find my profile? Did they make a search with the product or service that I'm offering? Did they make a search with my business name? What did they do my profile? What are the kind of content that they interacted with? So you learn more about your clients. You learn how to streamline your processes if it's your customer service, and you basically get to stay ahead of the game, you know, vis-a-vis your competitors. So I don't know if I have any questions up to this point. Thank you so much, Dinah. If you want to get started with creating your own Google business profile, the link has been shared in the chat section. So please make sure that you copy the link and paste it somewhere else. You will be able to look at it later on. So click on the link to get started with creating your Google business profile. Do I have any question? I can see I had some responses from before. Thank you so much, Dennis. I see your response. Hassan, I also see your response. Martha and Michael, thank you all. I have two Michaels. I have Jones Michael and Michael Julius. It's okay, Lucky. Better late than never. Any question? So, like in the previous classes, if you have no question, you can just indicate you have no question. I mean, it's a prompt for me to know that we can always move on. Any question? Do you have any questions so far? Any question? Any question, please? Let me see if I have any question. No, for now. Thank you, Aya. Thank you. Hi, Mariam. Bolma. Thank you, Esther. Kiemute. No. No. Okay. All right. That's fine. So we'll move on to the next part of the class, which is basically setting up your own Google Business Profile account. So on the link that Dinah shared, right, when you click on that link, when you click on the link that Dinah shared, you will be able to go to the dashboard where you're supposed to create your own profile, right? And there are 4 steps when you want to be referenced on Google Maps. Remember, the Google Business Profile is linked with your Google Maps, okay? So, how do you get reference on Google Maps? The first thing, you create your Google Business Profile, and this is via the link that Dinah shared. And then you have to get your listing verified. Remember, I said Google does its own due diligence on whether your profile is legit. So if your profile is not verified, it's not going to be visible to your clients. Then how do you optimize your profile? How do you make it attractive? Because a boring profile will not have people engage with your profile, you know. So how do you also ensure that you optimize your profile and make it engaging? So now when you're getting started with creating your Google business profile, there's a link that has been shared with you, business.google.com. I think Dinah can reshare the link again, business.google.com. Thank you so much, Dinah. Thank you so much. Okay. So when you click on that link, you get started with creating your own profile. Now, you need to include your business name, right? What would be the name of the profile? That should be your business name. Is it Beryl's Organic Shop? Is it Beryl's Electronics Shop? What is your business name, right? Then what is your location? So these are basically some of the basic information that you need to include when creating your Google business profile. Your location or address. This is where I'm located, okay? Then, so normally I've seen a question in the chat section where someone is asked, uh, let me see, someone has asked, do I need to be at the location to set up the Google business profile? So you don't need to be at the location. You do not, it's not mandatory that you are at the location where your business is located, but it is recommended that you at the location because you have to input the GPRS codes, right? That's the longitude, the latitude. So you also have to input it. It's not like you know it online, but now when you're creating the profile, there's that pin. See, when you go to Google Maps, there's that red icon that shows you where the location is. So you move that to the exact place where your business is, and generally just picks the longitude and latitude. All right. So you can input your location. Remember, if you don't have a physical location, you don't have to choose a location. It's okay. All right. You don't need to have a physical location. And for your Google business profile, you also don't need to be a registered business. It's not a must. You be like registered in your specific countries with the registered bodies or something like that. Okay. Then which category are you in? Are you in the manufacturing industry, hotel industry, retail industry? What category are you in? Sometimes on the drop down, you might find that you don't have, I mean, the drop down for your category is not there, but you can click the one that's closest, the one in which you're in. Then do you have a website? If you have a website, you copy the URL of your website and paste it there, all right? Then how do you want people to contact you? What is your phone number? So put your phone number, your email, any contact details, and then your hours of operation. It's very important to include your hours of operation. So assuming someone sees your profile and they want to make a visit, they will be able to know probably this business is open on Mondays to Fridays, 9 to 6 p.m. I will not be able to find them at this specific time. All right. So also include your operation hours. Now, when you're choosing the next part after creating all those, inputting all those details, it's going to ask you, how do you want to get verified? So how do you want Google to contact you when they are supposed to verify your business? So you could include your email address, all right, or your phone number, or your Google Search Console account. Okay, so those are 3 ways in which they can contact you to verify your profile. Here, I would also recommend that you include the details of the owner of that business. For example, I am creating the account for Michael Jones. So I'm creating the account for Michael Jones, and I'm just a temporary employee. And then under verification, I choose my email. All right. So what happens when I leave Michael's account, probably very far away, and there's an issue with the account later on, right? How will he be able to know my email? Maybe he lost my contacts or something. So it's important that under verification, you choose or you indicate the details of the owner of the account. So it's very easy even during, I mean, in future instances, and Google would like to contact them. Maybe there's an issue with the account, all the details are there, the correct details. All right. Then how do you make your profile stand out? Besides just creating your own profile, it's important that you um, are very visual, right? So you see, like on Facebook or on Instagram, you have your profile picture, you have your cover image. It's the same thing with the Google Business Profile, right? So you have your logo, include your logo as your profile picture. Okay, this we talked about in the first class when you talked about building your brand on the online space. So we talked about having a logo, I mean, when you're creating your own brand identity, having a logo. We talked about the designs, style designs for your creatives. We talked about the kind of images that you use or the style of images. So if you don't have a business logo, we said you can always get templates on Canva. So you can go to canva.com to get templates. Canva.com to get templates, right? So you can go to canva.com. The link will also be shared in the chat section with you. Okay. So you can go to canva.com, create your own logo, and then a cover photo, use an image that best depicts what your business is about. If in the tours and travel industry, you can have those vans, or you can have like a bonfire showing. So even before reading, all the details of your profile, even before reading all those details of your profile, you're still, I mean, someone can actually know what your business is about. Okay. Then what kind of content are you sharing? So remember, we said under content marketing, we have images, we have videos, we have infographics. So what kind of content are you sharing on your profile, right? Remember, this also goes back to when you're doing your audience analysis. You need to understand the kind of content that your audience normally interacts with or prefers. And this is the kind of content that you're going to share. Then what's your email address? All right. What's your email address? What is your address? Where are you located? Behind Vision Plaza, so what is your address? Your hours of operation. Do you operate Monday to Saturday or Sunday to Sunday? At what specific hours? And then how do you want people to contact you? Via phone, via email? You know, so you need to include all those things. Now, when you're looking at optimizing your profile, you've basically created your own profile, okay? And for verification, I forgot to say, Dinah will also share the link to get verified. Remember, I said after you create your profile, you still need to get it verified. So how do you verify your own profile? So you can go to opera.com. After creating your profile, go to opera.com and apply for verification, right? Remember, you cannot make any changes on your profile. It's not going to be visible to the public if it's not verified, all right? So make sure you go to opera.com to get verified. And then if your profile has any issues, you go to support.google.com. All this will be shared with you in the chat section, right? So verification is opera.com, then support is support.google.com. All this will be shared within the chat section. Thank you. The links will be shared, right? Now, let's look at how do you optimize your profile. You need to include attractive photos. So they need to be high resolution images. The images that you're using on your posters should be high resolution images. And then we are also looking at the designs, designs that you have. right, that you had when you are coming up with your brand identity. So it needs to be the same, the style of images. We talked about the 80-20 rule when coming up with the creatives. 20% should be text, 20% of your image 20% of your image should be text, then 80% focus on the what it is you want. I mean, that's now the image that you want people to see. All right. Then always update your schedule. Always make sure that you update your schedule. If you've normally been operating Monday to Saturday and you change to Monday to Friday, always update that, right? Then update the contents. If you change your phone number, update that on your profile. If you change your email, update that on your profile, right? So this helps in keeping your profile up to date and ensuring that you're sharing proper images and relevant content on your profile as well. All right. Do I have any other questions? I think I saw a lot of questions in the chat section, which I'm going to pick just now. I think the first question would be Hasi said, let's keep riding. Awesome. Michael had asked, I said, I missed the first live training, but we went back to watch it on YouTube, but couldn't fill the attendance sheet. Correct. So if you miss a session and you only attend the recording, you cannot fill in the attendance form. The attendance form is for live. I mean, if you're attending the session live, all right? If you're going to attend the recording, you can't fill in the attendance form, all right? So that's how it works. Then we haven't shared the attendance form for today, Marcy. It will be shared later on in the class. Is there any process attached to registering your business on Google? Um, so there's no process really, right? Like I said, the link has been shared to when you want to create your own profile, right? So there is the profile business.google.com. It was shared by Dinah. You get started with creating your own profile. After the creating your own profile, it needs to be verified, right? Once it's verified, how do you make your profile attractive? How do you make your profile attractive? So that's where you're sharing high resolution images. If you have discounts running, you have offers running, you have events, even events, you have events coming up, you share on your profile. Encourage people to engage with you. And then previous clients, encourage them to drop comments in the chat, I mean, to drop their reviews. Okay, just hold on. Sorry, just hold on. Okay, so sorry about that. So I said it's important to encourage your clients to drop reviews in the in your profile. Okay. So assuming I want to go on a vacation and I go to 3 listings for tours and travel companies, and one of the listing has a 1 star, then another one has 3 stars, then another one has 5 stars. Okay, then I go and read the reviews. The one with the 1 star, it has a lot of negative reviews, people complaining about poor hygienic services, poor customer service. I'm definitely not going to pick that. Then I go to the one with the 5 stars and they have a lot of positive reviews. Even me as a new client, I will be encouraged to book my vacation with the one with the 5 stars. All right. So that's why it's important to encourage your clients to drop reviews. All right. Okay. Uh, so any other question that needs me to so sorry about that. Okay. All right. So any other question? I missed the first live. I have not been able. Is there any process attached? That one I've responded to. Please, can someone help me on how to copy the link? Not sure. Okay, I think probably someone will help you. What about the website? Yes, So if you want to get a free website, like I said, I think when you started the class, I said you're able to get a free website with the Google Business Profile. All right. So when you go to when you're creating your own account, okay, usually on the left side, there's a drop down, right, where there's the location, contact details. So you're pre-filling your profile with the tabs according to the tabs. So at the bottom, there's a tab for website. All right. So if you don't have a website, which means you don't have a domain name, domain name is like www berylsorganicshop.co.ke or .com, things like that. Okay, so you don't need to if you already have an existing domain, you cannot get the free website. All right, so it is for businesses that don't have domain names, that don't have domains basically. Okay, so when you click on that website icon, right, when you're creating the profile, it's very visible. So you will get templates which you include your business information. So there are templates that you include your business information, you customize the style, you customize the colors, all right? And then when you publish, you get a free website, all right? So that's a very nice question and reminder. Thank you so much for bringing that up, Ayo. So that's how, I mean, there are templates for you. So remember, like I said, this is for businesses that don't have an existing domain name. All right. So thank you so much, Ayo, for that. Lucky, the attendance list will be shared later on in the class. Any other question? Zainab says, how can I sell a course through Google Drive and make restrictions from sending to some or doing screen record? I'm sorry, I don't think I think I've responded to your question. Zainab, how can I sell a course through Google Drive and make restrictions from sending to someone or doing screen record? So I'm not sure what you mean by how do you sell a course on Google Drive. I'm not sure how you're able to do that. But if I have folders on my drive, maybe I'll just respond to how I've understood your question. If I have folders on my drive, all right, that have my personal information, and I can make restrictions on who can access those folders, all right? I can make restrictions. I can give editors access or viewers access, and it will still need probably for them to access it, they will still need my approval or authentication, all right? So I don't know if that responds to the second part of your question, Zainab, but I don't understand the first part of your question. If you can kindly rephrase that. Then Bonnet says, can one set a particular category of customers he or she wants to reach on Google Business? So when you're creating the Google Business profile, there's no point where you indicate the specific client your profile will appear to, okay? Because it's not paid advertising, it's free. It's like creating a Facebook page, okay? When you're creating your page, there's no place it will tell you who do you want to reach with your page. You get. So it's the same thing. You're basically just creating a profile. But when you're looking at the analytics, because you have to look at the analytics, it will tell you these are the people who came to your profile. In the past 1 month, you had 100 visits. These 100 visits were women between this and this age. This is the post they interacted with the most. This is the time when they got onto your page. This is how they discovered your profile. Okay. But when you're creating the profile, there's no point where you indicate who your profile should reach. Okay. All right. I don't know if I have any question. Any other? I think I've addressed all the questions in the chat section. All right. Okay. So we'll move on to the final part of our class, which is basically on optimizing your profile. If there's any question I haven't addressed, or if there's a new question, you can always drop that in the chat section. I will respond to that. Okay. So let's look on to the last part. How do you create an attractive listing on the Google Business Profile? All right. So the first thing you need to look at is the kind of pictures that you're sharing on your profile, the kind of pictures that you're sharing on your profile. You need to use resolution images. So right now, photography has not become, product photography is not very expensive. But if you don't have the financial resources to afford that, we have nice phones right now that can take really good photos, and you don't even need a camera. So you can leverage on your camera, your phone's camera, to take good photos, ensure there's good lighting. The product that you want to be on the photo should be the focus of that image. Okay. Then we have editing features that you can also use. All right. So also remember, your post needs to be very engaging, because you're not just posting for the sake of posting. You want people to interact with that post. Ask questions about the price. Ask questions about um, how that product is used. Ask questions. Do you have any other colors of this specific product? How can they contact you to make an order? So you want to create very engaging posts. And then I've talked about leveraging on the Google Analytics, the Google Business Profile Analytics, to get info on how well your profile is performing. All right. And I also mentioned reviews, encouraging your clients to drop reviews. Okay. So when you're taking the attractive photos, you're looking at good lighting. You don't want to do product photography at night where it's so dark, all right, where it's so dark, and then people don't even see the image very clearly, all right. And if I'm selling water bottles, for example, all right, I want it to be at the center of that image. So I can't have a very busy background such that I'm taking a photo of this water bottle. There's so many things behind, and I want to create a poster with it. No. Okay. So make sure you don't have a busy behind. Make sure the lighting is good. Whatever it is you want to people to focus on, to concentrate on, should be at the center of that creative. And like I said, if you need to include text, it should only take 20% of your space. All right. We have editing features. We have InShot, we have PixArt, we have CapCut right now that you can use to do editing. You can have multiple images and do like a background song. Remember, even on the Google Business Profile, you can post short videos, right? You can do background songs, or you can do voiceovers. Right now, I've seen a lot of people doing voiceovers. Okay. And then you can also, when you're using the editing features, put your image in a frame, all right, so that it looks nice and centered, all right. So when the kind of images that you can also post on your profile include, you can have interior photos, exterior photos, and virtual tour. Interior photos could be, if you have a shop, what does the inside of your shop look like? All right. I think before you move on, I will prompt Dinah to post the attendance form at this point. So Dinah, please post the attendance form for people to fill. All right. So you're looking at the interior photos. What does the inside of your shop look like if you have a physical shop? All right. So you're basically giving people a feel of the ambience of your shop before they even visit your shop. And then what's the outside of your shop? Do you have a signage that shows this is your shop? Maybe a signage written Beryl's Organic Shop, that it's easy for people when they come to your profile. Maybe they decide, you know what, I want to make a walk-in visit. Okay, but it's I've seen that this shop is on a very busy street. So how does the outside of that shop look like, so that when I'm walking across that street, it's easy for me to identify it? All right. You can also take a photo of the street name near you, so that someone knows, if I see this street name, I know it's just near this shop, or it's adjacent to the shop. So that's on exterior photos. Make sure that you're also taking the photos when it's not too busy, maybe very early in the morning when most people are not passing by. Okay, and there's good lighting. Then if you can do a virtual tour, maybe you're selling clothes, can you do a virtual tour of your boutique? Can you do a virtual tour of your restaurant? All right. You can always create such photos on your profile. All right. Now, when you're posting your profile, it's not just about posting the image, right? What is the title of, what is the caption? Now, this is taking us to the caption. What is the caption of this post? I'm creating a post on my Google Business Profile. What's the caption? So there's a title. Maybe you have a flash sale, Friday, Black Friday flash sale, all right, or clearance flash sale. So have a title, buy now, create a call to action, buy now, call us now, book now, all right. Then I've talked about using photos and videos. Then what is a clear description? We have a clearance sale running from August 11th to August 14th, all right. Please make your purchase now, or make your purchase now, all right. So have a clear, short and sweet description, right? Then ensure your posts are accurate. You don't want to have typos. You want to be very clear on what you're communicating, all right. Then it's very important to measure, like in the last class we talked about social media marketing, looking at your Facebook business manager, understanding which posts are performing well, understanding the kind of people who interact with your posts, right? So leverage on insights. How did people come to your profile? They made a search of customized water bottles, right? Or branded water bottles, or they searched for Beryl's Organic Shop. You're able to know how many people came to your profile and where did they come from. They came from Google, they came from Facebook, they came from my website. What did they do when they came to my profile? They went to my website, they called, they made an appointment. All right. Then I posted 3 posts last week. Which post had the most engagement? How many people visited my profile in the last month? You're able to get all that information from the analytics, the Google Business Profile analytics. All right. And it helps you to learn more about your audience. It helps you to learn what you're doing good, that you can continue doing. It helps you to learn what is not working out for you so you can stop, putting your effort on that. Okay. So that basically brings us to the end of today's class. Do I have any other question that I didn't respond to? In case of creating a website, what is the best reason to create your website? So the best thing about creating a website is you're expanding the opportunities for your business to reach out to more clients and to make more sales. All right. So you're basically expanding your reach. All right. People want to learn more about your business. They can always come to your website. They want to learn more. With the website, you can also make website sales. You can do lead generation on your website. Okay. So the website basically expands your ways in which you can reach out to your clients. Okay, so you're not just limited with opportunities. Okay, Ayo. All right. So I think that's it. The link is working. Thank you, Michael. So that's it for today's class. Make sure you fill in the attendance form. And then, like I said in the last class, you probably want to learn more. I want to learn more about the Google Business Profile. I want to learn more about search engine marketing. What do I need to do? So you can go to learndigital.withgoogle.com, learndigital.withgoogle.com, and then you can learn more about all these things and you can still get certified. Can it be a blog website? So I mean, I don't understand by blog website, but a website is a website, right? A blog website. So if you already have an existing website and you want to link it with your Google Business Profile, is that the question that you're asking? And if the website that you have is a blog website, is that the question that you're asking, Ayo? Remember, the free website is you get a domain from the Google Business Profile, all right? But if you already have a website, and we all understand what a URL is, right? So you have a domain, www dot whatever your business name is, .co, .ng, or .com, or .org, like a sports website that people can subscribe to. Yes, if you have an existing website, you can still link it with your Google Business Profile, so long as you have a domain name and you have a URL, you can link it with your Google Business Profile. That's also possible. That's also very possible. I hope I've responded now adequately. All right. Thank you so much, Husseina. Thank you for joining today's class. The next class will be next week on Wednesday. I hope you have a good time and I hope you all put into practice. Go and try to create your own Google business profile. If you already have one, apply for verification. If you have issues, go to support.google.com. So make sure you're all putting into practice all these things that we are talking about, right? So thank you so much. Have a good evening. Enjoy yourselves. Bye. Yes, so today's session was not very compound, uh, Ismaila, but it was still very, I believe the content that has been shared in today's class is actually very useful. So it's how you're actually going to put it into practice. Ismaila, yes. Thank you, Rose. Yeah. So thank you so much. I'll see you all later on next week, hopefully. And enjoy your evening and enjoy your weekend. Bye.